Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we programmed the second elevator over here, and that is pretty much all we got done. So this episode we are not going to do that, but let me take you through a little tour of what we did. So we got our two elevator system here on the first floor. We only have one button, because all it does is open whatever floor is available. So we go here and we can now select what floor to go to. So let's do floor number 4, that's fine. Once the timer runs out, the ramp will go up, and then we'll go up to the 4th floor. While that's happening, the other one is coming down, and that's really just to keep one at the bottom and one at the top. Now we can get out here on the 4th floor, or somebody can come in and hit the 5th floor, and then it'll cycle up. We'll take it up to the top, actually, so we can go back down. Once that door closes, we can just hit that button to open it up again. This guy will stay here until it's activated. Just go ahead and go down to floor 1. I've been trying to work on a system that you could push the buttons while the elevator is moving, so you could like call it to your floor, like if it's traveling upward and it's only at like the 2nd floor, and have it stop at the 4th. But I'm having issues of opening the doors at the wrong time, or activating other things, or skipping floors. I gotta figure that one out. It's not quite working the way that I wanted it to, so we're gonna keep the system that we have, that it has to complete the cycle before it allows you to hit the button, but that seems to be working pretty good. All right, so what I want to get working on this episode is getting these common areas fleshed out. I think we'll start here in these little small areas and go up to the top floor, and then I want to start working on more of the larger commercial space, or maybe the entrance into the monorail station. All right, so we're going to have the ceiling go up to this level. Because we can't put it here now because we put a small grid block there, but that's fine. I think it'll look better to have this common area have a tall ceiling, and then the hallways can stay here at a single level. That guy's going to be right in the way, but we're going to leave him. That's fine. All right, so I think we'll carry the conveyors over this way. This obviously won't be here eventually, but let's find the right conveyor. There it is. Yeah, let's just carry those conveyors over there, and then actually, I'm thinking grind this guy out and put in an air vent. All right, so let's put an air vent there to pressurize the elevator. We'll just do that on every level probably. All right, well, since we have the lights on the hallway down here, we don't need to have anything up here, so we're just going to fill it in with blocks. So this should be pretty easy, actually. I think I'll just do these through here, and then we have, yeah, we have 5, that's good. All right, through the magic of television, there is our room now. I will just continue this on through every floor. All right, now I want to start thinking about these common space areas. So I think here on the first floor, I want to do like a recreation park area thing. It'll be really cool once we get the new update with the growing plants and stuff. That might be cool to put here in the center. Give it some greenery and some life. But for now, I guess we'll just probably just use like the planters. And then we also have this inset couch that has a planter wall. Maybe we can incorporate that. We don't really have anything else plant related. I think I want to change this to plastic, actually. Make it look a little bit brighter. All right, well, I just did a quick search on the workshop, and I can't find what I was thinking I could find. I was thinking about putting these couches here, and then it'd be kind of cool to have an inset couch. All right, kind of how the desks have this interior one. I'm surprised we don't have like a couch that's just this little corner, and you would just sit right here. So that doesn't really help with that plan. I will think of something else. All right, well, rather than bore you with all of the interior decorating on each level, I just went ahead and did it off camera, and now we'll just go ahead and do a tour. So this is the bottom level, so it's just kind of a sitting area, kind of a cyberpunky neon thing going on with some vending machines. And then let's go up to the next level. All right, here on level 2, we got our little OK burger stand. You walk around here, you can see some seating. And here is the restaurant itself with some bar seating, and the kitchen with some more neon lights and stuff. And then this is kind of cool. I kind of like the wood texture here that comes with these little panels. So I went ahead and put that in here. Turned out really nice. The only problem is just this little corner here kind of turns weird. Oh, and I didn't change that one out to the right block. And I didn't change that one. Okay, well, there's some flaws in my flooring here. I might switch those out because this is kind of a little annoying here. I might switch it over to just being wood like that one. You know what? Yeah, let's do that now. Okay, I like that a lot better. The wood grains all going in the same direction. And then those floor panels over there are fixed as well. So that's good there. All right, let's go on to the next floor. All right, the next floor here is kind of a recreation area. Just got some aquariums and plants on the wall. and then just these planters here, and we'll probably replace these with like the growing plant stuff from the next update. I just don't know when it's going to come out or what that's all going to look like, but from the previews, those little planter boxes I think would be really cool in here, and maybe we'll put some additional lights or something on the ceiling. But yeah, that's basically this one is just a little bit more calming, doesn't have all the neon. I still might put some decorations or something up here, but wanted to have one that was a little bit less aggressive. All right, then here on the 4th floor, I've got a little sushi place going on. I still need to fix all the advertisements up here, but got our little sushi robot here with our tables around it. And then this looks really cool. This is the sci-fi color. It's the neon colorable lights. The surface doesn't show up as much, but the lights one does. Let's go ahead and grab that block real quick. So if you look at this guy with the neon colorable surface, you can kind of see the hexagon pattern a little bit, but switching over to this looks really cool. So obviously it's very dark. It's kind of that black color with just the peak in between, but it looked really good with the white color. So that turned out nice. Something a little bit more futuristic. So I'll have to come up with a logo for our little sushi shop here, and then we'll just put normal advertisements around the side probably. All right, so there's one little quirk here that I wanted to show off. I have the coffee machine in here just like I do with the coffee robot in the other building. I was gonna do the refrigerator. I mean, let's just build a block on the back of him here. I was going to put the refrigerator on here to have it instead. That made more sense for sushi, and I can put a block on either side. That's totally fine. But when I try to put a hinge on, it fits on this side totally fine. This side, not so much. So apparently, like, the attachment point for this fridge on this particular side, let me weld it up, on this side here is like on the edges, and so like a normal block fits, but the hinge does not. But yeah, I can put like a piston on there. I can put a rotor part on there. For whatever reason, it's just the hinge has this weird attachment that is smaller, and the refrigerator doesn't work. So that was a little disappointing. I was hoping to kind of have that as our little sushi packs there, but that's all right. He's got the coffee block instead. All right, let's go up to the next floor. All right, on the next floor here, we have Volsung Industries Build and Deliver. So Ager has built a Build and Deliver module that I'm going to go ahead and put on this area. So I kind of wanted to go for like a Starfield neon vibe, where this is kind of like the corporate level that Volsung gets to have this little corner of the building. So it's got his bigger ships here on the projector, because obviously his module will be a little bit shorter to fit into that spot. So here is the entry lobby into the Volsung Industry wing. So I think that turned out pretty cool. And then over here, we've got our doors on the side to get to our monorail. So that's what I want to work on next, is these pathways will lead around to our station somehow to get onto the monorail. And then the top level here, I haven't done anything with. It's just going to be lobby into some type of security airlock, something to get out here to our landing pads. I'm not really sure what to put in these corners. I was going to put like a hospital medical station, but I think some people are building medical stations for their modules. So I don't really want to like fill in the commercial space with odd stuff that is just going to be redundant when you guys submit your apartment complex stuff. So we'll see what we do there. But at least let's get the monorail station going. All right, well, let's get the monorail back over to the station over here. I had it back at the home base. Our little power station is doing good over there. Still got just the 2 solar panels, haven't added anything new. But let's go ahead and head to the base. Oh, somebody was asking about my wheel settings on this monorail. Let's go ahead and check that, because I am actually not sure. So I have 12 wheels on here, 6 for the side and 6 for the top. The top wheels, you can kind of see one peeking through there on the right hand side, is the driving wheels. So let's go in here and find our wheels. All right, so you can kind of see it highlighted with the build info there, but I've got my top wheels. These are what's driving the train. So I've got 80% power, 40% strength. It's offset all the way to get it as high up off the ground as possible, just to give us clearance. Friction's at 50%, and then my speed limit, I have just a middle of the road. I don't have a speed limit set. I'm just more throttling my own controls as I'm going. All right, and then there's the mid wheels here that have a little less strength on it, because you don't want this guy to be too strong that the other wheels on the outside are not connecting. So that's what that's for. So when we kind of go up and over like a hump. And then we've got our side wheels, or the power doesn't really matter because they are not used for propulsion, but I think I just adjust the wheels all at the same time because I'm lazy. So I've got a strength of 60%, so it actually clamps on with some strength there. A offset of 2 centimeters, that's really the key there. I don't think I changed the friction at all or the speed limit. But yeah, these aren't used for propulsion or braking or steering or anything. They're there just to clamp on to that rail. Whereas our top wheels, they use for brake and propulsion and allow the parking brake. And none of them steer, obviously, because we want the wheels to just stay straight and drive on the track. So hopefully that helps. And obviously those settings are particular to Mars, so I don't know what it would be on Earth with the different gravity. And obviously the weight of your vehicle is going to account for some things as well. This is really cool coming up on this station. This is this apartment complex has grown way beyond what I thought I was going to build when I started, but that seems to be most of my projects. All right, let's see if we can zoom out in a way that we can actually get this guy centered up perfectly. Oh yeah, that was pretty close. Just maybe a block over, a small block over, but that works for me. All right, so we need to figure out how to get from our station here. I don't know why I still have the red color. So we definitely want to leave this spot open to get onto the train. So I don't know if I want to do like, I don't know if I want to continue on this black bracing up and over the top. Like to have it, you know, stick out further than the white. Maybe I'll have it stick back. All right, so what if we do something like that? And then we need a way to get down to here, and this actually should just be floor at this point. All right, we can put half slabs under here to block that off, and then we can put flooring and other stuff down without worry of seeing it from the underside. Okay, and then we need to get up to this door somehow, which I guess we did like a ramp last time. See, we did something like this last time so we could walk up in here. I think that works. Oops. I guess it would be nice to have that kind of the caution color, wouldn't it? Do I have that anywhere? I feel like I should. There's a bunch of it. That only leaves like one spot to kind of fill in here that seems a little narrow, actually. And then here, I think we are going to just do a full block. We'll just have the crack right there. Might end up doing something like this. All right, I think I like that better. Just a short little thing to get up to here. Maybe we won't even have that. Maybe we'll have a wall there or something, but I want this guy to be the door, at least to go down. Because, yeah, we need to have this guy get pressurized, so we definitely need a door to get into here, because this guy has to depressurize to get the monorail out. So let's think about that. All right, maybe we won't have this black section here at all, because I think we'll just put a door like that. Or maybe we'll put a ramp and then stairs on the other side. So you got like your, you know, normal stairway and then your cargo and wheelchair access ramp, maybe? I don't know. Not that we're really ADA compliant around here. Yeah, I like it. I like having both ways. Okay, then let's just fill in with floor here. Oh, it wouldn't be Mars if there wasn't fog or some other weather event going on. All this stuff needs to go. I really got a little overzealous when welding with the lobster. This guy does not need to be here at all. Alright, there we go. We could, in theory, just tear out this entire hallway and make it totally open over here. I'm thinking I'll leave the hallway, you know, like access here, just so the apartment is a little bit more private. That seems to make more sense to me. Unless it turns into a commercial space, then I guess we could treat it like this one over here with the Volsing Industries, where we give a lobby. So this could be another lobby, I guess, for another corporation. I don't know. We'll figure that out later, I guess. I don't know how many of that we're going to really have, so... yeah, then this is just space there. I guess we'll just block this off this way somehow. Let's use something a little bit more decorative, though. It's a little bit obtrusive, but I'm almost tempted to keep it. I don't know. I mean, technically it's, you know, the structure of the building should be going all the way up like that to support it, like it was a frame, but it's a little in the way, but also kind of not. I think I might just leave it. I was tempted to grind that one out too. It's just this pattern that bugs the crap out of me, so we're going to cover that up, which means it's going to be the same problem. Oh no, I don't even have anything there. Yeah, that can just be a block. All right, and over here I actually do want to put a walkway in between here to get across to the other side. I think that'll be a good thing to put in. So we'll make it double wide just like that one. So probably doesn't need a door, but let's go ahead and put one in anyway. We'll just put it in this like same line structure there. Do we want to space a 1 or space a 2? Alright, let's put a door there. And then a door on the other side. Oh, is that where I need to... Ooh, I do need to get plumbing from there though, huh? Yeah, that does block off our plumbing, which is not a good thing. So let's go ahead and take that back out. I think this will make more sense to go this way. So we'll leave that space for our conveyor. We'll have this be our door in. Alright, I think I got the start of this lobby-ish area. So this way where we'll walk down, we'll put a tunnel in that'll be, you know, pressurized to get to the other side. That'll be good. And then up here, we got a bunch of space to fill in. I'm not exactly sure what to do with either of these corners. We might actually just get rid of this hallway entirely. We could just block it off, that the only way to get to it is from this area. Or like I said, we could potentially turn it into like a lobby for whatever that room is going to be. But I think like this area, we'll put like chairs and stuff, so this will be like the waiting area for the train. Because you obviously can't wait on this side because this is going to be depressurized. So we'll put the waiting area there. I just want to figure out these windows. Wondering if I should just do like these type of windows up here. Is that going to look weird? Let me get some material and let's try it out. Let's see, we want the inverse one. It would be clear on this side and not on the other. It looks like it's getting pretty close. Guess it's okay? It's moving further away. I'm surprised it didn't send anything after us. Well, I mean, it definitely lets in a lot of light, which is kind of nice. And then what does it look like from the other side? It's not bad at all. I wish we could get some type of, like, super gridding. It would be nice to put, you know, a block in here so we wouldn't have to, you know, like we could match the glass perfectly to this angle. That would be kind of nice. But, that's alright. Yeah, the trouble with this now is I can't put any blocks here. And I could, you know, not even like a half block. It would be really nice to be able to put our, like, couch. That's okay, we'll just stick our couches this way, I think. Yeah, we need to do something different with this space. You know, I'm going to grind this guy up, and we're going to have kind of a funky hallway going in here. But I think that'll be fine. I think it'll look better from this side of the building than the other. Alright, I just realized what I'm going to put there. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy back. Alright, let's get a couple doors on here, like that. And then we'll get our inset walls in there. That's great. And then we don't need these ones. Alright, these are just going to be bathrooms. I think that will make the most sense of what to put here. I mean, I guess we got an extra space there, but we'll just fill it in with a interior block. Or should I just put a pipe on the wall? You know what? I think I'm going to just put a pipe on the wall. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, here we go. I think I've got some stuff done. Got the signage up here with Monorail Station is that way. We still got our apartment over here. Oh, looks like I need to change that number there. And then I've got this area over here that is blank, which I think I'm going to keep blank because we might extend the apartment out to either side depending on how many submissions we get. We have like over a dozen already and it's kind of crazy. So I didn't expect that much traction. So we may be expanding this building out. I don't really know. So I got bathrooms on either side. I did replace the piping with the sink. I think that looks a lot better. And then out here, I've got a lobby. It's still a little dark, but we've got our big windows here. We've got some seating areas. Just did some corner around here, just really for a railing more than anything. And then just different seating around. I've got the projector table here. I might replace this with those planters once they come in the next update, or we may leave it a projector and put something cool on here. I'm not really sure yet. So now I got to figure out the ceiling here. Thinking I might like do some beams or something, but I also think I want to put some like screens and stuff on here as well. Maybe up here would be a good one to have. All right, there we go. We'll at least have some screens there to project what's going on. All right, so we do want this to be the floor for the next level, which means we need to cover it up this level somehow, because we might have this funky flooring here. So this definitely needs to drop down, which may mean we don't have these screens here. All right, I got the ceiling figured out. I think it looks pretty good. Still got that industrial tie to it. And then here in this area right here, I still think we're going to get rid of that projector, but right here, I want to put Let's see, let's get a rotor. Okay, well I guess we gotta get rid of that chair temporarily. There we go. And then some LCDs around, and this is gonna look like we had over on the other station. Let's see, there should be a round one, there we go. There we go. Then we can just set some type of velocity to it. 2 feels a little fast, actually. 1.5? Let's do 1.5. And then to spruce it up here, yeah, I put some truss blocks on the end here. These guys. I think that matches what we had over on the other station. If not, it works. And then we just need to mirror this whole thing over on the other side, and then we need to mirror the entire building over onto that side. Oh, that's really cool, though. We can see all the way over to our base over there. Kind of see some of the wind turbines and some of the smoke. And then it'll be really cool when we get to this side as well. We can come over here. Yep, and we can see our power station and solar panels. Not that there's much to see with this silhouette. Oh, and we can get a little peek of the iron mine over there, the peanut mine. And then I did a little bit of work up here. I got a vent, and then some just interior blocks, really. So we need to vent this space. I think once we get all 4 of those on either side, that should be enough to depressurize. If not, I guess we can put some more across the top. And then I really wasn't going to decorate anything in here, because it's going to be, you know, a pressurized and depressurized space. So I think the only thing I really want to do is put up some railings here. Yeah, I'm not really sold on this railing. I'm not sure what to do here, whether I rail it off or have it slope back down to have like a ramp. I guess I could do that. Maybe this guy carries on like this. And I think that works. I'm good with that. We don't want any railings on this thing anyway. I guess I want one right here on the end. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And then maybe we could do like a ladder or something up and over for like maintenance people to get up and over. And then I'm thinking here across this area, we'll just have like a sky bridge that'll go across, and we'll keep most of this pretty much open to the monorail, and then we'll just have, you know, 4 corners that we can put something in. I was thinking about a medical station or a security office or maybe ECI headquarters, I guess. We'll see where we go with that. Alright, so for the hallway under here, I'm thinking we'll do these like this to kind of block off the sections above. And then right here, maybe we can put glass in there. We use the tinted or non-tinted? I'm thinking we'll use the tinted, because we won't really be looking down the track. Alright, then we need something here. You know what? I think I got an idea what I want to put here. I know for sure we had this on the other one, so I want to go ahead and continue with that. I think it's going to look a lot better. Alright, there we go. We got the hallway in. I've got these pictures rotating at different times, so hopefully they'll get a little bit more out of sync. But I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty light in here as well with the screens, and then there's a little bit of ambient light there. And then we can see up into our monorail. So I think that works for me. Alright, now we need to come up here and fix this that we screwed up. Alright, there we go. That was pretty easy. We'll just extend the ramp out. Yeah, I think that looks better to have that platform there. And then we're going to come back down anyway. This side, I guess we can slope fully. Alright, I still really don't know what I want to do with this corners over here and this upper section, but at least let's try to get the sky bridge across. So let's move the lobster out of the way. Okay, so we'll come in here. We're going to come up a level at some point, whether it's like right out of the airlock or maybe it's sunk down and we have the... Oh, that might be good, actually. Thinking out loud here. I don't think I have the right windows on me, but like the bridge windows or something, we'll put like here, like this, so they can have like a security station there, look down into the airlock. I think that'll be good, and then we can have like a turret down here on the floor. I'll have to remember that I said that later when we actually build that thing. Alright, just because I think it makes sense to have doors as like airlocks and bulkheads between places, we're going to put a door in here. If we just did something as simple as this, we'll come up with like a floor plate to cover over. I guess I don't know how I want this tunnel to go. I guess we've got... This will be here, which we could look across to the other side. They're basically touching right there, which we don't want. So I think we do want to have this come across here. Like that is fine. Otherwise, it's just too small. This guy will come across here. This pipe won't be here eventually. So we can just close across the top there. Alright, let's get the bay windows with the railings. Okay, then here, I'm going to just take off one side so we don't have the whole thing fall. So I think that sidewall is the only thing holding on those bay windows. Alright, so instead of boring steel plate, let's go ahead and put in these walls. Alright, I think that looks pretty cool. Got a little view of the monorail there. I don't think this will be like for the main public. I think we'll keep this top floor up here to like more of like the executives or something, like level 6 is restricted or something. I think that one might be good. Because then they've always got their pathway underneath here is where like the main traffic is going to. So I'm good with this being one wide. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty busy with all these pipes. I might come back and replace these ones here with like a more of a flat wall. We do have this here that is our piping down to the outside connection. That in theory could go up into there, but maybe I'll take this out right here. Yeah, that'll be good. There we go. Now we can have this piping either exposed or we could just close it up completely. Those are so expensive, but I do like those pipes on that side. What about these? Just our flooring decals. Gotta avoid having that black side exposed anywhere. Alright, that's calmed that down a lot. I like that a lot better. I see something. I was thinking more of having this like a bulkhead. That's actually kind of really nice with it merging into these handrails. I didn't really even pay attention to that. I forgot that those did that. They were made in the same update. So we could just put a floor there. I was thinking we could just put this door in between, but it doesn't... I want to see something real quick. Oh, there's barely a little gap there. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping that was going to kind of merge into that. But now that I see that railing, I kind of want to keep it. Ceiling, I guess. Now we need to worry about. Alright, I think for the roof here, we're going to copy what we did on the other sections. For like the lobby and stuff. So we're going to put some piping across the center. Let's see, we don't need to put a block there. Let's get the others. Yeah, these ones. Okay, and then on the edge will be these guys. We'll flip them upside down. So we don't have that ambient light. This might become a floor, I don't really know. Oh yeah, that looks rad. I love it. Okay, now we're just going to put another glass ceiling on here. Okay, I feel like that's enough ambient lighting just for the hallway here. We'll worry about the actual, like, station stuff later. Alright, now in theory I can take a blueprint of this building and then we'll rotate it 180 degrees, and so that'll put that piece over here. It'll put all of this lobby stuff onto that side, so it should be pretty easy to mirror. I mean, I won't put like the hamburger stand over there. I'll probably put like the coffee shop or something, so the interior will be different, but at least we'll get the elevator shaft and all of the other components and roofs and stuff over there, so that should make that a lot easier. That room will get copied over there. Alright, before I call it an episode though, I want to fix the elevator here. So I've got a small issue with it. So right now, if I call this guy down, let's go down with this guy. It's going to come from the 6th floor down to the 5th floor. That's easy enough. This guy's going to cover up though, and I'd like to catch it to go from the 5th up to the 6th. Well, it's totally blocked, and it's going to stay blocked until this guy gets all the way up to the 6th floor. So I'd like to be able to intercept it, and I think I figured out a way to do that we don't need these pistons anymore. So let's go take a look at that. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is look at this up and down sequence. Alright, so our timer up, we've got triggering all these, and then we've got this moving timer. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. All I want it to do is just trigger the floors. Alright, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down to 1 second for the delay on both the up and the down timer, because I want to be able to trigger it quickly and intercept it to actually come to us instead of, you know, waiting 5 seconds and the elevator has passed us. So we want that to trigger pretty quickly. Now we have our closed door timer here. So we want these guys, we want to change this that it's not just closing those doors, it's going to close all of them. Alright, now we want this stopped one. Going to it, what is it doing? It's closing all the doors and it's retracting, that's fine. We're going to turn these off though. So it's no longer rotating our buttons. We want to just keep those. Alright, let's go back into our stop timer here. We took off the rotating that button rotor and then the piston for the button covers in the hallway. Let's go find our elevator pistons Not the button pistons, we want the actual pistons. We're going to go ahead and turn them off. All right, so now in theory, this should work. Let's go up here. Let's just pick a mid-floor so it's a little bit easier. So now those buttons should stay, and they should turn off still when the sensor gets into place, but hopefully we can call it to do like a set and move to us. But the piston will still turn off when it reaches the floor. So it'll give time for the door to close and stuff. So let's go ahead and try that. Let's call this right elevator to come up to us. There we go. It's extending up. This guy is going down. Let's see if we can hit the button to turn it on. Let's see if it's going to stop at level 3. That guy comes. This guy comes. Good. It's off. It's not moving. We should wait for that door to close because that timer will now close it after 5 seconds. Once that door is fully closed, this guy engages again. We need to fix the ramp. But other than that, that is working. I think on the timer closed doors, we're just going to retract the ramp up. We'll just give that a set velocity of 5. Alright, and then we need to do one more thing. We have our open elevator door. It doesn't retract the ramp. Alright, let's come in here somewhere. There should be some space. We can put a timer in. I know I could probably put down in the control center, but this makes sense to me. Alright, all we want to do, we're not going to use the group anymore. We're going to open both doors. And we're going to find our ramp. And we're going to give a velocity of -5. Alright, now the button here just needs to call that timer. Do a trigger now. Good. Okay, goes up. So now we just need another button in here. So let's see if we can route a button around. Well, I was thinking the button could go right there to open, but I think that's going to get hit. Let's try to just go to floor 2 and see what happens. No, actually that goes by just fine. Let's see, that gets off. We're still good there. We should be able to catch this elevator. We push the button. So which means I'm going to need a light here that tells you that it's been called. Yeah, that works so great. I love it. And that guy is going up. Okay, so technically that button worked. It's a little ugly. Can we come back? Can we overtop this light? Like, is there a hitbox to that light? No. No, that looks fine. Let's undo all of that. Oops. Oh, we're not getting that back. Alright, I feel that button should maybe be red. Just because it's kind of a little bit of a emergency button if you're stuck on here and you didn't mean to. You can get back off. Yeah, that works. Now I need to put one on the top floor. Okay, there we go. We got emergency buttons on both floors. Now we can get on and off if we get stuck. We can call the elevators to each floor. Alright, well I think we've made some really good progress here on the apartment. Got the lobbies, got this waiting area for the monorail. The monorail station's coming along pretty well, and I think we finally finished our elevator system. So I guess the next episode is probably going to be pretty montage heavy, because I'm probably going to just take a big blueprint of this whole thing, rotate it 180 degrees, and then we'll start welding the other side. Alright, I also want to do a showcase of all the modules that have been built so far, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next episode.